We'll give people one more sec to log on. And my computer is doing funny things here. Hold on one second. So if you have a block or a bolster, grab it. A pillow or a blanket will also do, just to sit up, hips above your knees, to open up those hip flexors. And today we're going to work on allowing things to move and shifting energy. And so having your hips above your knees to release some of that tightness will be very helpful. So happy New Year and welcome to Mindful Weekend Yoga. And a couple of announcements. Today is the 1-year anniversary of the Mindful Healers podcast, and we're having a Zoom celebration this afternoon. So I would love to see some of you there. One of my intentions for the year is to connect with more people, preferably in real life, if at all possible, but also wherever else that is possible. So I would love to see some of you there. And if anyone is interested in joining us for the Mindful Healers retreat in the summer at Green Gulch Farm Zen Center, we would love to have you. Spots are filling up, but there are plenty of spots still. And or join Ann and I for more yoga in person in Central California near the coast at Sagrada Wellness for our retreats there, which are also fabulous. So I hope to meet many more of you in person. I love doing Zoom because it allows me to connect with people all over the world and in many other countries too on these weekends. But in person is, of course, always much more energetically pleasing and lovely. So for today, find a comfortable seat on your mat. If you have a block, grab that, and we will get started. I'm inspired to focus on energy and connection today as we start the new year. And I was inspired by two different things, which I thought I'd share as we settle into our mat, which is a headspace meditation that I did yesterday. There's a pack on loneliness, which is something that comes up a lot. And as most of you are physicians, it's known that physicians actually suffer from a lot more loneliness than others in the population. And part of loneliness is feeling not connected. And so in the meditation, he talks about energy and light, which are things that we often talk about in yoga. And so I thought this idea of connecting energy and finding connection within ourselves and to each other, even across Zoom, across the country, across the world here in yoga, allowing ourselves a sense of connection and really letting that energy in and letting it move through us to guide us forth in the rest of our day, week, and perhaps as an intention for the year ahead. So settle into whatever you happen to be sitting upon. And notice the ischial spines or your sit bones ground downward onto the block or the bolster or the blanket or the earth. And with intention, gently tilt your pelvis forward and stack your spine, one vertebrae atop the other, all the way up towards the sky, all the way through the neck with intention. Reach the postauricular bones, the bones behind your ear, towards the sky, and reach the crown of your head tall. And take in a huge inhale of energy and movement. Breath is a form of energy. And a huge releasing exhale, shifting. Breathe in through your nose, long, deep, smooth. And exhale, letting the heaviness go. And just pause for a moment and notice how you feel, even after 2 deep breaths. Notice that the energy can be shifted just with the breath itself. And if it's comfortable for you, close your eyes gently, or you can gaze about 6 feet on the floor in front of you, a loose, light gaze. And just relax into this moment, settling in, a moment of peace and calm. And notice your energy. Are you low energy or are you high energy? If you'd like to invite in more energy, flip your palms open towards the sky And just notice how that small shift shifts your energy. And imagine light coming into those palms and coming up in through your arms directly to the heart space, that pocket behind the heart that's often tight and closed. And send that golden light up through the palms, through the arms, into the heart space. And just notice how it feels. Is there more of a warmth? More lightness, perhaps? And taking a deep, nourishing, cleansing inhale. And a huge exhale, letting things go. And bring a hand to heart and the other hand atop. And press in gently into that heart space. A moment to release a bit of oxytocin. Sending those good vibes feeling throughout you, shifting your energy with this small movement. And noticing how good it feels, hand atop your heart space. Treating yourself to some skin to skin contact. Taking a deep inhale here. And a huge exhale. And bring your hands together in front of you. Yeah. Palms touch, each finger pad touches. Notice the sensations of the fingertips rubbing against one another. Press your thumbs into your sternum. Notice the connection there, the strength, the stability. And take a moment here to focus on all the connection that you do have in your world. Perhaps even here on Zoom, take a moment to connect with all the others, wherever they all may be, choosing to come together in community to do some yoga, to breathe, to let go of stress and tension, to take care of ourselves, and to connect and take care of one another. Realizing that even though we may feel isolated and alone, especially as COVID is shifting again, perhaps more isolation is needed, but that we are actually part of a large web of human connection and enjoying and allowing the energy that comes from that connection, virtual or in person. Taking another deep inhale. And a huge exhale. And slowly lower your hands to your thighs. Flip your palms open towards the sky once again. And slowly open your eyes and just notice how you feel. Wiggle your fingers. Notice how they feel. Tilt your pelvis forward once again and restack your spine. Reach the crown of your head towards the sky, borrowing its energy, and drop your shoulders. Notice how you feel. Huge inhale and huge cleansing exhale. Lower your hands by your hips, engage your belly, and energetically raise your arms up towards the sky, palms face one another. Draw your sit bones downward and your fingertips up towards the sky. Take a deep inhale, stretch the both side bodies as far as you can. And exhale, drop your shoulders. Interlace your fingers, flip your palms up towards the sky, shimmy your elbows behind your ears. Inhale, reach tall once again. Exhale, round forward, coming into a seated cat pose, moving and shifting the energy, enjoying the stretch in the back body. Inhales, arch upwards, slight arch, seated cow. Exhale, round forward, drop your head and neck. Enjoy the movement. And throughout class, do what works for you. If anything doesn't work for you, opt out. Notice what feels good and what doesn't. Seated cow, round forward, exhale into cat. Do one more on your own. Noticing the energetic shift as you move here. Focus on your navel and your belly. Come back straight upright. Release the fingers up, the interlacing of your fingers. Open your arms out towards the side walls. Press your palms into the side walls. Wrists are flexed, arms fully engaged. Tuck the humeral head into the shoulder socket. Pinch your scapula for a moment and enjoy the sensations, energetic shifts, and release. Once again, squeeze the scapula together and release. Make a fist. Starburst hands, flick the water out through your fingertips. Tight fist, flick the water out, opening your fingers. Squeeze your fingers tight, open. Do 5 more here, noticing the heat and the energy building up in your arms. Flick that water out and pause. Drop your fingertips towards the earth. Notice the energy building in the shoulders and the arms. Raise your fingertips towards the sky. Drop your fingertips towards the floor. Raise your fingertips towards the sky. Bring your hands back to neutral. Make a fist, both hands. Drop your chin towards your chest. Release the back of the neck and enjoy it. Bring your chin to shoulder height. Lower your arms and roll your shoulders up. Enjoying all of the energetic shifts here. Roll the shoulders forward 3 times. Take out whatever you're sitting upon, and we're going to come into what is usually other people's favorite or least favorite pose, broken toe pose. Another pose that shifts tons of energy. So come up onto your knees, engage your core. Crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Toes are curled under. Slowly lower your buttocks down towards your heels. And as you land, take your hands and just untuck each toe, making sure that each toe has a beautiful stretch and is connected to the earth. And you'll start to notice a lot of sensation in the toes. And just allow it. Huge inhale and exhale. Inhale your arms out towards the side walls while you're still in broken toe. Wrap them in front of you, right under the left, right elbow under the left elbow. Bring your palms together, grasp your thumbs, whatever works for you. Bring your elbows up towards shoulder height, eagle pose. If this doesn't work for you, just give yourself a hug. Inhale, lift up an inch, and exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up an inch, and exhale, lower to shoulder height. Notice all the energetic shifts happening here. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, lower your head and neck into the cradle of your arms. Elbows come into the belly, releasing the back body. Noticing all the sensations in your toes and the energy shifting in the back between the scapula. Rise back upright, untangle your arms, spread them out towards the sides and lower them. Come forward to hands and knees and bang your feet out. Enjoy the banging, enjoy the energetic shifts here. Bring your knees back and come directly into table. Hands directly under your shoulders, knees directly under your hips. Lots of 90-degree angles. You could balance a tray on your back. Take a moment to check out your hands. All 5 fingers spread wide. The more you spread your fingers and your toes, energy shifts. Press all 10 knuckles down to the floor, both palms, elbows engaged, shoulders engaged. Inhale, arch into cow pose once again. Sit bones reach towards the sky, crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Notice the energy shift in the whole front of the body as the heart shines forward towards the front of the neck. Exhale, round your spine, drop your head and neck, reach your belly all the way towards the sky. Stretch every nook and cranny of the back body, head lowers. Inhale, round into cow pose. Sit bone reaches towards the sky, crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Exhale, cat. Come back to hands and knees. Reorganize your hands. Stretch your right leg long behind you. Inhale, raise the right foot up about 6 inches, a little bit below hip height. Do what works for you here in this balanced pose. Check your hips, make sure they're in line with the earth. On the next inhale, if it serves you, raise your left hand, stretch your left fingers long in one direction, right heel long in the other. Notice the energy reaching out through your fingertips, all the way through the heel, using your strength and your center right in that navel area. Inhale deeply. Exhale, bring elbow to knee underneath you if that works for you. Inhale, stretch long. Exhale, bring elbow to knee underneath you. Inhale, stretch long. Lower your left hand and your knee, come back to tabletop. Get organized again. The key in yoga is the transitions between poses. That's as important as the pose itself. Stretch your left leg long behind you, toes on the earth. Inhale, raise the left leg about 6 inches, a little below hip height. Take a moment to organize yourself. If your hips are wonky, reorganize. When you're ready, raise your right hand long, energy transferring all the way through the right fingertips in one direction, left heel in the other direction. Focus on your navel as the source of your strength and energy here. Inhale deeply, use the breath as an energetic transference. Exhale, elbow to knee underneath you if it works for you. Inhale, stretch long, reach in either direction. Notice the energy shift. Exhale, bring your elbow to knee. Inhale, stretch long, and exhale, come back to hands and knees, tabletop. Reorganize for a moment. Sink your hips back, come into child's pose. I prefer knees apart, toes together. Some people prefer knees together, head lowered, and hands by your side. Notice which one feels more restorative for you and pick that one. There isn't a right one. And as you're noticing the energy shift, you want to notice what works for you in terms of what gives you more energy, what drains your energy. A practice that you can employ throughout your day. Noticing, does child's pose give you energy? Does it allow you to restore and replenish? Use the breath to breathe in energy here. And exhale, let it go. And a moment here in child's pose with your forehead, third eye grounded into the earth, to think about all the connection in the world that you do have. The people you're connected to, the causes you're passionate about, the things that you love, the things in life that bring you energy. Energy in and of itself is connection. Huge inhale and exhale. One more long, deep, smooth, nourishing inhale. And exhale, let it go. Come back to hands and knees, slowly transition so it works for you. Walk your hands forward, a handprint, curl your toes, and shift up into downward dog. Widen your stance if that feels good for you. Walk the dog, pressing one heel and then the other towards the earth. Enjoying the stretch in the back of the legs. Noticing the energy created here. Take a moment, ground both hands into the earth. All 5 fingers on each hand spread wide, both palms ground into the earth, arms engaged, shoulders in the sockets. Sit bones reach high, high, high. Lift up high on your tiptoes, as high as you can, and slowly lower your heels towards the earth. Enjoy the stretch. Notice the energy shift in the backs of the legs here. Bend the left knee, press the right heel towards the earth. Enjoy it. Bend the right knee, press the left heel towards the earth, and enjoy it. Come back to center, lift up high, high, high on your tiptoes. Pause for a moment, huge inhale, nourishing breath. And then exhale, letting go of the blocks. all the things that get in the way of good energy and good connection. Another huge inhale here. And an exhale, letting things go. Slowly walk your feet towards your hands at the front of the mat. Come into a forward fold. Knees can be bent generously, both feet on the earth. Lift up all 10 toes and spread them wide. Release your hands from the floor if they're on the floor. Hands come to the opposite elbow. Sit bones sticking back. Allow your head and neck to release completely. And enjoy the forward fold here. A different perspective. A chance to pause here. Notice your connection to the earth below. Notice the energetic shifts in the forward fold. Lift up all 10 toes again. Spread them wide, wide, wide. Lower them down. Release your elbows, engage your belly, and slowly roll up inch by inch by inch by inch. Noticing the shifts in blood flow with kindness, and move ever so slowly. There's no rush. When you arrive, take a moment to notice how you feel. Shrug your shoulders up to your ears. Draw them back towards the back of the mat, pinch them together, and lower them towards the earth, palms open towards the front. Tadasana or mountain pose. Notice here your connections to the ground. Perhaps a connection through the crown of your head towards the sky. Take a moment to notice the soles of your feet, all four corners connecting to the earth. Engage your kneecaps, engage your thighs, tuck your pelvis gently, stack your spine, each vertebrae one atop the other. In alignment, take a moment to notice. Stretch your neck, heart is light. Reach the crown of your head towards the sky and drop your shoulders. Huge inhale here. And a releasing exhale. Inhale, both arms up towards the sky. Palms come together, slight arch back. Fold forward, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift. Sit bones stick towards the back of the mat. Back is flat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale once again for a half lift, enjoying the flow and the movement and the shifts. Exhale, forward fold. Hands come to the earth, palms flat. Step back to plank pose and pause for a moment. Organize your hands. Engage your belly. Shift your weight forward onto your tiptoes. Drop your knees, untuck your toes, bend your elbows, hug them in towards you, lower down. Chaturanga towards the earth. Do this in a way that works for you. Lower your forehead or your third eye towards the earth. Weight is out of your hands. Inhale for a low cobra. Heart shines towards the front of the mat. Crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Exhale, lower down. Curl your toes, press into your hands, and press back to downward dog. And pause. Notice here how you feel. Does it feel good? How does the movement shift your energy? Connect both palms into the earth. Left ball of the foot into the earth. Engage your belly. Raise your right leg towards the sky. Come into three-legged dog to begin. Both palms ground downward. Right heel presses towards the back wall. Right leg is straight. Inhale and exhale. Roll open the right hip, bend the right knee, and roll the right ankle to the right and to the left. Straight the right leg. Inhale. Exhale, gently bring your foot between your hands. Come into a high lunge here. Wiggle the right toes forward. Walk slowly up the right shin to the right thigh, coming into a high lunge. Begin with your hands at your hips. Take a moment to be kind and get organized. Tuck the right hip back, left hip forward. Back heel is off the ground. Inhale, reach your crown of your head tall, chest is light. Exhale, sink into the high lunge here for a moment and just notice how you feel. Make sure your right knee is not extending beyond your right ankle. Hands at your hips for balance still. Tuck the right hip back gently and the left hip forward, noticing the release in the front of the left hip and the energy shifting, your legs perhaps shaking a bit. Bring your hands to heart center, palms together, thumbs press into the sternum. You can stay here, or if it works for you, take an inhale, hinge at the waist halfway, hook the left elbow over the right knee or the right thigh, and come into a high lunge twist, if that works for you. Some of you may wish to bring your left hand to the earth, right hand up. That's also an option. Whatever works for you, or you can stay upright. 2 more breaths here, noticing the energy shifting, the heat in your legs, the stretching. Breathe into it. Palms together if you're in the twist, elbows in opposite direction. Come back up to center. Raise your arms towards the sky. Inhale, straight the front knee. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straight that front knee. Enjoy the shifts in blood flow here. Exhale, bend. Once again, inhale, straight the front knee, back heels off the ground, fingers reaching towards the sky. Exhale, bend. Bring your hands back to heart center. Lower them to the earth on either side of the right foot. Hop the back foot forward about 2 footprints. Come into a pyramid pose. If you have blocks, I recommend them here. The help actually makes the stretch more productive. If you don't have blocks, do what works for you in terms of positioning. Pay attention to notice what feels nourishing. Overstretching is not the goal. Stretching the backs of the legs is an energetic shift. We carry tons of energy there. As you are here, tuck the back hip, the right hip back, the left hip gently forward. Shift into the toes of both feet. Lower back to center. Lift up the toes of the front foot. Lower them down. Inhale, straight back, crown of the head reaches towards the front. Exhale, fold forward over the right leg. Notice all the energetic shifts here. Huge inhale. And a big exhale, enjoy. 2 more breaths here in whatever position feels good to you, allowing the release and the energetic shifts. And notice how everything here is connected. Notice even perhaps that pocket behind your heart. How does it feel? Step the back foot forward to meet the front foot. Sink your hips back down and low. Come into chair pose. Palms can come together at heart center. Sit bones stick back. Lift up all 10 toes and lower them down. Sink your sit bones back down and low. Breathe into it. And exhale. Hands come towards the earth. Sit bones reach towards the sky. Release. Engage your belly and slowly roll up inch by inch by inch by inch by inch. Enjoy it. Shrug your shoulders up to your ears. Draw them back towards the back of the mat and lower them down, palms open towards the front. Tadasana. Notice how you feel. Lift up all 10 toes, stretch them wide, 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 lower them down. Lift up your kneecaps a smidge, engage your thighs, tuck that pelvis, restack your spine. Notice how the energy shifts when the spine is aligned. Reach that crown of the head towards the sky. Exhale, drop your shoulders, letting things go. Pause here a moment and just notice how you feel. Wiggle your fingers. Inhale, arms out and up towards the sky, slight arch back. Fold forward, forward, fold. You can use your blocks here if you wish. Inhale for a half lift, spine straight, sit bones stick back towards the back of the mat. Exhale, fold forward, release. Once again, inhale for a half lift, spine straight. Enjoy the stretch in the back of the thighs. Exhale, fold forward. Bring your palms to the earth, step back to plank once again. You can go straight back to downward dog here, or if you wish, shift your weight forward onto your tiptoes, bend your knees, untuck your toes, bring your elbows in towards your torso and lower down chaturanga towards the earth. Inhale for a low cobra or an up dog, whatever feels good for your body. Exhale, press back to downward dog. Allowing yourself to choose and to opt out, no judgment. It's not tired or different. It's just whatever your body feels like it needs. Learning to notice the energy and how it works for you. Connect both hands into the earth. Once again, spread all 5 fingers on each hand wide, 5 knuckles pressed down, both palms, arms engaged. Humeral head in the socket. Ball of the right foot on the earth. Engage your belly. Raise your left leg towards the sky. Heel presses back. 3-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, stack the hips, bend the left knee, roll the left ankle towards the left and towards the right. Re-square your hips. Inhale, press the heel towards the back wall. Exhale, gently bring the left foot between your hands. Come into a high lunge here. Take a moment to get your feet right. About a foot to 18-inch runway between both feet. Left toes jet line towards the front. Gently walk up the left shin to the left thigh. Hands to your hips, high lunge. Wiggle the left toes forward if you need to make sure that that left ankle is in front of the left knee. Tap the left hip back, right hip forward. Inhale, reach the crown of your head towards the sky. Exhale, sink into the high lunge. Inhale, once again, lengthen the side bodies, hands at your hips to start. Exhale, sink in. Bring your hands to heart center, palms together, finger pads touch, thumbs connect to the sternum. Stay here or inhale, exhale, hinge forward halfway, right elbow hooks around the left knee on the left thigh, coming into a twist. Or lower the right hand towards the earth, reach the left hand towards the sky, coming into a twist this way. Whatever works for you. 3 huge, deep cleansing breaths here. One more breath. Notice how everything in your body here is connected. Energy moving through. Come back to center, palms together still. Inhale, raise both arms up towards the sky. Reach your fingertips tall, tall, tall. Exhale. Inhale, straight your front knee. Exhale, bend. Back heels off the ground as you do this movement. Inhale, straight. Exhale, bend. Once more. Inhale, straight. Exhale, bend. Come into the high lunge once again. Lower your hands to either side of the left foot. Hop the back foot forward, about 2 footprints. Come into a pyramid pose here. Grab the blocks if you have them. Treat yourself, nourish yourself. Both legs are straight. Tap the left hip back, left hip forward. Shift into the toes of both feet. Come back to center. Lift up the toes of the left foot. Lower them down. Inhale for a half lift, spine straight, sit bones reach backwards. Exhale, fold forward completely over that left leg. Breathe into the back of the left leg and enjoy it. Huge cleansing breaths. Notice all the connections between the energy. Where perhaps are there blocks that you can use the breath to let go of? Two more breaths here, enjoying the release. Step the back foot forward to meet the front foot. Come into an easy forward fold here. Widen your feet. Bend your knees. Be kind and gentle. Hands rest on the earth. Bend your knees as much as you need to have your hands rest upon the earth. Engage your belly and roll up inch by inch by inch. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Head will be the last to rise. Moving so you don't get dizzy. Shrug your shoulders up to your ears. Draw them back towards the back of the mat. Lower them down. Open your palms towards the front. Tadasana or mountain pose. Lift up all 10 toes and lower them down. Bring your hands to heart here. Close your eyes if you're comfortable, otherwise an easy soft gaze in front of you. And take a moment once again to notice all the connections that you have. All the things that you love, people that you love, people you might like to connect with. And taking a moment to connect with all the people here practicing together, wherever you may be in the world, sending connections through the internet airways. Kindness, compassion, happy New Year's, good luck, good health to everyone here. Noticing that we are all connected, no matter where we are in the world. Slowly open your eyes and lower your hands by your side. We're going to come into a couple of balance poses using the connection and energy of the earth to help us balance. Lift up all 5 toes on your left foot and lower them down. Kickstand the right foot. Right heel connects to the left calf. Hands can be at your hips if you wish, or hands to heart center, whatever feels good. Raise the right sole of the foot to the inner calf or to the inner thigh, but not over the knee. Higher is not better. I think everyone thinks higher is better. Balanced and stable is better. Hands at the hip or hands at heart center. Tuck that knee back gently towards the back wall. Breathe in here. And exhale. Raise your arms up into tree pose. Raise your branches towards the sky. Fingers spread wide, wide, wide. Notice the energy here. Draw in the energy from the light and the sunlight, wherever you might be, or rain if it's raining, or snow. Draw that in through your hands, all the way into that pocket behind your heart, spreading downward. Notice your left foot, draw the energy up through the earth into your core here. All this energy moving and shifting. Let it move. Try to let go of the blocks. Bring your hands back to heart center. Draw your knee towards the front and lower it down, shaking things out with kindness, noticing any spasms or tension, releasing. Come back to stand. Palms can be at heart center this time. Raise your right toes, lower them down. Kickstand the left foot. When you're ready, raise the sole of the foot to the calf. And if you're a high achiever, I challenge you to keep it low and see how you feel here. Draw that left knee backwards an inch or two. Reestablish your balance. Inhale and exhale. If you wish, raise your fingers towards the sky. Come into a tree here. Fingers spread wide, wide, wide. Enjoy the shift of energy here. Inhale deeply and exhale, let things go. Bring your hands back to heart center. Bring your knee towards the front and lower down. Releasing, wiggling. Lower your hands by your sides. We're going to do one more balance pose, coming into dancer pose. Balance poses shift a lot of energy. Lift up all 5 toes on your left foot. Lower them down. Use them as monkey toes. Raise your right knee up to hip height, 90 degrees. Right hand comes along the front of the right thigh, over the right knee, down to the shin. Grab the ankle and draw your heel in towards your buttock. If you wish, you can walk your hand around to the arch side of your foot. Notice what that does to your balance and take a moment to adjust. Hips even towards the floor. This might be enough stretch for you today. Notice if you're wobbling here. Inhale, raise your left arm towards the sky if it serves you, and pause here. You can pause here, or if you wish, exhale, tip forward, torso comes forward, left hand comes forward, right foot presses into the right hand. Be kind to yourself if you're wobbling. Look at something on the floor that's not moving to help you balance. One more breath here. Inhale, come back to center. Lower the left hand by your left thigh. Release your right foot, shake it out. Notice all the sensations, energy, flow, shifting. Perhaps roll your shoulders. We often tense up as we do harder things and we block the energy. Roll your shoulders forward with kindness here. Lift up all 5 toes on the right foot and lower them down. Raise the left knee to hip height, 90 degrees. Run the left hand along the thigh, down the shin, grab the ankle and draw your heel towards your buttock. Take a moment here just to notice how it feels. If you can't grab your foot, you can just raise it gently to a spot that works for you. Some people will use a strap. Do what works for you. You can also just hold it gently yourself. Inhale the right arm up towards the sky if that works for you. Even out your hips. If you wish, exhale, tip forward. Right arm reaches front, left foot presses into the left hand, stretching the front of the left thigh. Notice if you're much more balanced on one side than the other. That's generally how it is. Huge inhale here. And exhale, rise back upright. Lower the right hand by your thigh. Release the left foot and shake it out. We're going to slowly transition back to the broken toe once again. You may think I forgot to do the other side of eagle, but we're going to come back and do the other side now. Knees on the earth. If you need a blanket under your knees, be kind. Toes tucked under. Torso reaches towards the sky. Engage your belly. Crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Drop your shoulders. As we transition, the transition is as important as the pose. Notice your toes on the earth. Slowly lower your butt towards your heels and take a moment to untuck those toes, to have each of them get a little bit of stretch here. If it's too intense, you can lift up at any point and pause. Bring your hands to heart for a moment. Inhale. And exhale, let it go. Bring your arms out towards the side wall. Wrap them left under right, elbow to elbow. Bring your thumbs or palms together, whatever works for you. If this doesn't work, give yourself a hug. Inhale, lift your elbows up if you're in eagle arms, and exhale, lower them to shoulder height. Inhale, lift them up an inch. Notice all the energy shifting in your body right here, and try not to block it. Exhale, lower your shoulders, your elbows towards shoulder height, pardon me. Inhale, once again, lift up. Exhale, roll forward. Allow the elbows to come towards your belly, head and neck release into the cradle of your arms, and enjoy it. If you need to, lift up off your heels to have less intensity. Raise your elbows to shoulder height, untangle your arms, lower them by your sides. Shift forward to hands and knees, bang out those feet and have fun. It's really good. Swing your feet around the side and come to sit with legs stretched long in front. Move the flesh of your seat out of the way. Knees bent gently. Ankles flexed, toes flexed. Draw your attention to your belly, your core. Inhale, both arms up towards the sky. Exhale, fold forward gently. Release your head and neck. Come into a forward fold. Notice if you want to straighten your knees more, leave them bent. Enjoy whatever feels good to you. Lots of energy shifts in the back of the legs and the back body here. Close your eyes, breathe in. And exhale, release, let things go. Another big, deep inhale. And a huge exhale, release. Gently walk your hands up your shins, to your knees, to your thighs. Take your hands, press them behind you, fingertips tense, shoulders down and back. Press your fingers into the earth, arms straight, chest puffs forward. Come into Tadasana. Toes flexed, elbows flexed, knees pressed towards the floor. Everything engaged here. It's actually a superpower pose. Breathe in here. And a huge exhale. Huge, nourishing, filling inhale. And exhale, let everything go. Spread your legs wide, come into a wide angle pose. Rock side to side on those sit bones. Ground the ischial spines downward. Your legs are spread wide. Wider is not better, so just notice what works for you. Take your hands and walk them forward in front of you. Inch by inch, one hand by one hand. Notice the stretch in the inner thighs and the back of the legs. Notice the energy shift here. Take a moment and look at your ankles and your toes. Flex your ankles, flex your toes, spread your toes wide. Toes should be in line with your knees. Take an inhale here. And exhale, walk forward another smidge or two and notice what happens in the back of the legs. Don't overdo it. Do what works for you. Listen to your body. But notice what feels good. Back off if you need to. More is not better. One more deep inhale. And a cleansing, energy shifting exhale. Slowly walk back upright. Bring your hands to the outer edges of your thighs and draw them towards the front. Bang your knees out, releasing energy here. Raise your arms up parallel to your legs. Engage your belly once again and slowly roll down inch by inch by inch by inch until you land upon the earth. Palms face the earth and just notice when you arrive how you feel. Notice the energy shift here. Notice what parts of you are connecting to the earth, connected to this powerful force underneath, a force that we can borrow energy from anytime. Noticing what feels good here. Palms down, you can borrow energy from the earth. If you flip your palms up, borrowing energy from the sun. Flip your palms down, bend your knees, walk your heels towards your buttocks. close to your fingertips as you can. Press into your forearms, your feet, lift your hips up high. Coming into a bridge pose, shimmy your shoulders underneath you to lift your chest up and open. Notice your heart is light against gravity. Knees should be about hips width, and knees energetically are connecting together. They're not connected together. Hips reach up towards the sky. Hands can come to the outer edges of your mat, tug your mat and press it towards your heels, opening your chest even further. Reach your hips up towards the sky, engaging your buttocks, noticing all the energy here. Inhale deeply into that pocket that's behind the heart, opened up here. And exhale, let it go. Untuck your shoulders. Slowly lower your hips down, inch by inch by inch, unrolling the vertebrae, enjoying the process. No hurry to get to the bottom, releasing every muscle in the buttocks. Untuck your shoulders. Bring your knees into your chest and give yourself a big hug. Squeeze tight, 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 tight in a ball. Head comes off the mat. Squeeze your forehead towards your knees. Exhale, release your head and neck towards the floor. Hands come to the outer edges of your feet. Come into happy baby. Soles of the feet reach towards the sky and have a little rock here. Press your knees towards the floor. Inner thighs open. Enjoy the rock. Play with it. Notice the energy shift that comes from fun and play. Perhaps straight one leg and then the other, if that works for you. If it doesn't, just keep rocking. Bring the soles of your feet together. Press your heels towards your groin. Move your chest out of the way if need be. And enjoy it in a thigh stretch here. Huge inhale into your chest space. And exhale, let it go. Lower your feet towards the floor. Come into Supta Baddha Konasana, or Reclining Butterfly. Left hand on the heart, right hand on the belly. A moment of pause here. If you have blocks and you wish to put them under your knees, it can feel really lovely. Oftentimes you can even have more of a release here. Notice your heart beating under your hand, and notice your belly rising and falling with the breath. Once again, paying attention to connection. Connection to your own heart and your own self. Connection to the breath. The belly rises and falls. Connection to the earth beneath you, holding you. And taking a moment once again to enjoy, acknowledge, and appreciate all the connection that you do have. Whether it's to an animal, nature, bring your hands to the outer edges of your thighs. Draw your knees together, soles of the feet on the earth. If you have the blocks, move them out of the way. Palms ground, face the ground. Press into your feet, lift your hips up an inch or two. Shift them 2 inches towards the left. Draw your knees into your chest and allow them to fall towards the right. Come into an easy twist. You may need to pick up the right hip and restack it. Right hand comes to rest lightly on the left thigh. Left hand can spread out to a T or a cactus shape, depending on your home yoga studio space and your shoulder. Notice what feels good to you. Twists release a lot of energy and shift energy. Breathe in deeply through your nose. And if it works for your neck, gaze towards the left. 3 nourishing, cleansing breaths here. Gently bring your gaze back to center. Release your right hand. Bring your knees back to center. Press into your feet, pick up your hips. Shift them about 4 to 6 inches to the left this time. Draw your knees into your chest and allow your knees to fall to the left. Restack your hips if need be. Left hand comes to rest gently on the right thigh. Right hand comes to a T or an easy cactus shape. Once again, whatever works for your shoulder. Yoga is about learning your own body, learning what works for you, and avoiding what doesn't. It's not about doing more. It's about discovering a practice that brings you joy, helps you grow, creates energy, helps you live more of the life that you want to be living. Inhale deeply and exhale, gaze towards the right if that works for you. 3 deep, nourishing breaths to enjoy. Bring your gaze back to center. Bring your knees back to center. Press your soles of the feet into the earth. Pick up your hips, bring them back to center. Reorganize everything. Hips flat on the earth, shoulders flat on the earth. Notice your occiput flat on the earth. Straighten your legs, one and then the other. Allow your toes to fall towards the outer edge of the mat. Come into Savasana or final resting pose. Bring your hands about 6 inches away from your hips, palms open if that's comfortable for you, and your shoulders. Opening your palms to the energy, letting energy come in and energy coming out through the open hands. Make tight fists with both hands and release. Squeeze your buttocks and release. Squeeze your face tight, 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 and release. Notice how you feel. Let go of control of the breath. Relax every muscle in your body, allowing the earth to hold you here. Allowing the energy of the earth to move through you at will. Complete surrender. No blocks to the energy, to the connections. Just allowing things to move for a few minutes here. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Notice how it feels. Take a huge, long, deep inhale. And an exhale. Stretch your arms long above you and your toes long in front of you. Take another huge, long, deep, nourishing inhale, filling every nook and cranny with the breath and energy. And an exhale, releasing everything. Slowly bring your knees into your chest and roll over to one side. Use your arms as a pillow and pause. Notice how you feel. Notice the energy. Notice the flow of energy. And notice perhaps how you might feel more connected to yourself, to others, and to the world. And take a moment perhaps to think how you might be able to bring some of this energy out with you for the rest of the day today, perhaps the week ahead, and perhaps the year ahead. When you're ready, press into your hands and slowly rise up to a comfortable seat where we began. If it's available, grab a block or a bolster or a blanket and sit atop, reestablishing your energy. As you arrive, notice your sit bones connect to the earth beneath. Hips above the knees, hip flexors open, releasing. Gently tilt your pelvis forward, stack your spine, reach the crown of your head towards the sky and drop your shoulders. Breathe into that chest space. And a huge release. Bring your left hand to heart, right hand to top, and pause. A check-in. Connect to your beating heart underneath. Press in, release some oxytocin. Notice hand to hand, skin to skin, and enjoy. Bring your hands to heart center, palms together, finger pads touch. Enjoy that skin to skin connection. Notice the energy and the tingles. Thumbs connect to the sternum. Notice the connection to the heart space underneath, to your physical body. Take a deep inhale here and an exhale. Thank you all so much for practicing with me today. The light and energy in me honors the light and beautiful energy in all of you. May you all have a beautiful, safe, and plentiful week. Namaste.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Nice to see you all.
That was great.
Good. Glad you enjoyed it.
Thanks, Jessie. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Enjoy your dog walk.
Thanks.
My pleasure. Nice to see everyone. A reminder that there is not going to be yoga next week. So I'll be back the week after.